Is the Lexus NX better than the Toyota RAV4? Yes and no, but it's pricier for sure. Both of these crossovers are built on the same TNGA-K platform. They have the same wheelbase, similar powertrain depending on the trim, similar type of software inside. Both of these are excellent commuters and they have lots of utility inside, and depending on the trim that you get, there's also a bunch of modern features. But one is a Toyota and one is a Lexus, so this Lexus NX is more expensive. It has more premium finishes and materials inside. It has a really nice sound system as well. This unit that I'm testing is the 2025 model year. You could tell because of the copper crest color, but this is the NX 350 with all-wheel drive, and you can get this for a little over $58,000. The cheapest NX, which is the NX 250, which has comparable drivetrain components to the RAV4, starts at just under $42,000, which is about $13,000 more than the cheapest Toyota RAV4. So in this video review, I'll go over the main features of this Lexus NX and see if it's better or worse than the Toyota RAV4. Now let's start with the outside. The Lexus NX has been redesigned to what it looks like right now since the 2022 model year. There's very minor changes for the 2025 version. The main one, again, is this fantastic color called Copper Crest. The NX is a good-looking crossover, and it has some nice luxury cues, like the front end has the typical big hourglass grille, the LED headlights and the daytime running lights, pardon the snow. It looks pretty high-end, and the way it's configured is reminiscent of some jewelry. Around the side, Lexus added some nice-looking 20-inch wheels finished in this very dark gray metallic. The wheel arches have been paint matched, as this is the F Sport model, and at the rear you have the word Lexus spelled out, and then you also get the continuous light bar, which mimics the design that you see across the Lexus SUV and crossover lineup. Does it look better than the RAV4? Well, you tell me. The new NX hasn't been around as long, so it's a bit fresher than the RAV4, which was completely new when the 2019 model year came out. The RAV4 is a more boxy presentation with a bit more black cladding panels, looking more like something that is suited for going on a hiking trip. Whereas this NX, I think this looks best suited for going to a fancy dinner. Inside, the NX looks like a pretty expensive car, starting with the giant 14-inch touchscreen display. This has built-in navigation, wireless Apple CarPlay, and wireless Android Auto. The software is the same experience and logic, just like the Toyota version. However, the screen incorporates the climate controls directly onto the screen, which is handled by physical buttons and dials on the Toyota RAV4. Now, as a fan of physical controls, I actually like how it's done on the RAV4 a little bit better, but I think it just looks visually better and more minimalist on the Lexus NX. This also has the 360-degree camera view system, and there's also a digital rear view mirror. Down below, we have a wireless charger system, and new for 2025, they've included a USB-C port. Now, these features can be had on the Toyota RAV4 itself. It just depends on the trim that you get. As for the digital instrument cluster, the unit on this NX, this is the smaller version. With the RAV4 Limited, you would get the full 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster. As for the sound system, the NX gets the Mark Levinson 17-speaker system. The RAV4 gets a JBL unit, and there's 11 speakers. I think you should test drive it and listen for yourself. Now, as for the second row, the Lexus NX has about 36 inches of rear legroom. That's a bit worse than the RAV4, which has 37.8 inches. This NX doesn't come with heated outboard seats, and that's something that you can get on the RAV4 on some trims. Now, what you won't find on the RAV4 though are these door latches. These are electronic door latches. You press on these latches to open the door. Now, why is this even necessary? Well, because this car comes with some sensors that can detect cars around you. If there's oncoming cars, this will prevent you from opening the door into traffic. Now, you may say that this is one more thing that can fail because it's electronic, but there is a manual backup system. Basically, you pull on this twice and this will unlatch the door. When it comes to the cargo space, there's 22.7 cubic feet of space behind the second row. That is a bit of a downgrade compared to the RAV4's 37.5 cubic feet. And when you fold the second row down, you'll find 46.9 cubic feet of space in the NX. But with the RAV4, you'll find nearly 70 cubic feet of space. Now, this is the trade-off you get between the RAV4's boxy styling and the NX's more curvy and athletic appearance. Now, when it comes to the driving experience, the NX wins by far because of the availability of the turbo engine. This NX 350 is powered by a 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that makes 275 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque. It can go 0 to 60 in the mid 6 to 7 and second range. Now this is the power plant that you'll find in the Toyota Tacoma and the upcoming Toyota 4Runner. And it's a beefy engine. Don't let the 4 cylinders throw you off. The turbocharger changes the driving dynamics compared to naturally aspirated engines. This engine is more fun than the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine that you'll find in the RAV4. The downside here is that you're going to need premium gas in the NX, so more spending that you'll have to do throughout the life of this vehicle. Now, when you compare it to the RAV4 Prime, or what Toyota now calls RAV4 plug-in hybrid, this one won't be as fun. But then Lexus also has the NX version of that called the NX plug-in hybrid. As for the handling, this F Sport model comes with adaptive variable dampers, so you can switch up the driving modes, Sport S and Sport S Plus, for a more sporty feel. But in the end, none of these really feel like a super engaging drive. They're fun, but not as fun as a crossover from Germany. But I do appreciate the NX's ability to tweak the steering, the throttle response, and the damping feel. Now, ride quality wise, the Lexus NX feels fairly polished and does a decent job reminding you that it's a luxury car. The amount of outside noise is minimized, and the adaptive dampers do a pretty good job isolating those road imperfections. It's not as comfortable as larger vehicles from Lexus, but compare this one back to back with the RAV4 and I think you'll feel the difference. The NX is better. So is the Lexus NX a better crossover than the Toyota RAV4? I think it really depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for more utility, then the RAV4 is obviously the way to go, because if you get the RAV4 off-road trim, you can tow up to 3,500 pounds, whereas this is limited to 2,000 pounds. But if you don't need all of that space and all of that utility, and you have a little bit more change to spend on your transportation needs, then I think this Lexus NX is a little bit more fun and it's a little bit better. I want to thank you so much for watching all the way up to this point. If you want to check out another video review of mine, check out this link over here. I want to thank you so much for watching. My name is Hanson, and this has been the 2025 Lexus NX 350 all-wheel drive, and I'll see you in the next one.